Okay, today I will talk about biodiversity in protozoa. So, what is biodiversity? It's the total variety of life form and habitat that is found in a defined area. So, it includes phylum protozoa, include 39,000 known species of protozoa, and we will study about the characteristic features. Body form, it's variable, like it is irregular in amoeba, spindle shape in euglena, and slipper-like in paramecium, bell shape in vorticella. So body form varies. And organization, they show acellular level of organization. That means there is a single cell, and that shows protoplasmic level of organization. The cell, the different component of the cell, they perform different functions. Size, they are generally microscopic and colorless. And symmetry, all the kind of symmetries that is observed, like asymmetric in case of amoeba and paramecium, spherical symmetry in volvox, circular hota hai, that is circular, radial symmetry is seen in euglena, and bilateral symmetry is seen in giardia. Next is body structure. So they are typically eukaryotic organism that shows division of labor at the organelle level. So generally they are uninucleate, for example amoeba, or they can be binucleate having two nucleus, for example giardia, and all ciliates. Example of ciliate is paramecium. Or multinucleate, for example Pilomixa. The nucleus could be monomorphic, that is it could be only of one shape. It could be dimorphic, that means two shapes, two size of nuclei are observed. One is smaller in size, the other one is larger in size. For example, it is observed in all ciliates. And in the cell, the outer thin layer that is just below the wall is known as ectoplasm, and inner cytoplasm is known as endoplasm. Okay. So its protoplasm is differentiated into outer ecto and inner endoplasm. It can be naked, or it can be covered with a pellicle layer, or it can also be covered with shell, for example Alphidium. And organelles of locomotion, this is an important characteristic because it forms the basis of the classification of phylum Protozoa. So organelle of locomotion, it could be pseudopodia observed in amoeba. It could be long thread-like flagellated structures, or it could be small thin hair-like cilia that are present all over the body, for example in ciliates. Or even the organelle of locomotion could be absent, for example in parasitic forms, example is sporozoans. Nutrition, they vary in their mode of nutrition. They could be holophytic or even autotrophic, only and only observed in the phylum Protozoa. Otherwise the animals, their main mode of nutrition, unlike they are all are heterotrophic, and their main mode of nutrition is holozoic. Okay, so it could be autotrophic or holozoic, and it even could be saprozoic as in Trypanosoma, parasitic also in Plasmodium. Holozoic form, they have got two openings. One is the mouth equivalent to that is known as cytostome, from where the food particle enters, and cytopis is equivalent to anus, from where vestige leaves the body of these protozoans. Respiration and excretion general occurs through the general body surface, and they are generally monotelic, that means their main excretory product is ammonia. Osmoregulation, for osmoregulation they have contractile vacuole, mainly observed in freshwater protozoans, and they are absent in marine contractile vacuole and parasites. Reproduction, all the protozoans, they show asexual reproduction, that could be binary fission, multiple fission, or budding. So some protozoans, especially ciliates and sporozoans, they show sexual reproduction, like conjugation and autogamy, that is observed in paramecium. Encystment, it's an important feature that is exhibited by the members of protozoa. The freshwater protozoans and parasites, they undergo a process of encystment. That means the organism forms on its outer surface a kind of wall known as cyst wall. So formation of this cyst wall around the body is known as encystment, and it occurs during the period of dispersal or the perennation. Perennation means to tide over the unfavorable conditions. So as soon as the favorable condition returns, the cyst wall gets dissolved, and that process is known as excystment. Excystment means the removal of cyst wall. Encystment means formation of cyst wall. And why encystment occur? It is because to tide over, or it is done during the period of dispersal, when the organism has to disperse from one place to another, or perennation, that means to tide over the unfavorable condition. Okay, next is habitat. The protozoans, they vary greatly in their habitat. Like the freshwater protozoans are seen, marine protozoans are seen, parasitic protozoans are seen, symbiotic protozoans are seen. For example, trichonympha, that is found in the gut of the termite, and that is mainly responsible for the digestion of cellulose. Otherwise, termite is not capable of digesting wood. It is actually the trichonympha. It's a symbiotic protozoan that is found in the gut of termite and helps in cellulose digestion. Or commensal. So you can see a variety of habitats are seen by observed by protozoa. They could be freshwater, they could be marine, they could be parasitic, they could be symbiotic, or they could be commensal like Opulina. So this is all about the general characters of the phylum Protozoa. Next is the economic importance of protozoa.